Brexit, but first, Fact Check UK. Will you apologise for the Conservatives masquerading as a fact check service, misleading voters, and will you promise not to do it again?
No. I think it's absolutely right that we do provide a factual account of what Jeremy Corbyn was saying in that debate. There were a number of things that Mr Corbyn said that were simply not true, so we were calling him out on that. He was wrong about our policy on the NHS, and fundamentally also, it's important that he's held to account for his policy failures, in particular, his failure to say in the referendum that he's so keen on holding whether or not he would back Leave or Remain in that second referendum.
So you're not ruling out doing it again?
I'm just saying that it's absolutely right that we should be in a position where we can call out those untruths that Labour are responsible for.
Okay. The fact of it being misleading, Twitter says any further attempts to mislead people by editing verified profile information in a manner seen during the UK election debate will result in decisive corrective action. Twitter thinks you misled people.
Well, I'm sure...
Did you mislead people, Mr. Gove?
No. Twitter will have its own view, and I respect Twitter's view, but the only misleading that was going on was Jeremy Corbyn misleading people about our policy on the NHS.
How
and Jeremy
Corbyn
Corbyn...
know it's from the Conservative Party?
Because it said so. It was there was a direct link to the Conservative Party website.
Point to me, you show me.
It was a direct link
Show
to the
me,
Conservative Party website.
You point to where it says Conservatives.
I shan't, because this is your computer. I don't know what you've been doing
This
to
is what appeared on the Conservative CCHQ press Twitter feed last night.
It pointed out that we were checking facts, and it was from CCHQ.
So that's not misleading people, you think?
No, it's from CCHQ.
So the voters we've shown it to this morning, nobody knew what CCHQ was.
Well, I'm terribly sorry that you found people who didn't know that.
They said it was misleading.
I'm sure if you find enough people in the street, I'm sure you can find people who will corroborate your version of accounts.
Have you got form on this, Mr. Gove? This is Vote Leave saying
that is not
they will
fact-checking.
ban tea kettles. You led Vote Leave. There are now people from Vote Leave involved in the Conservative election campaign.
Of course there are.
Is this a lie?
No.
You recognise this one, though?
One of the things about...
Do you recognise this one, Mr. Gove?
I certainly... Yeah. Now, one of the things that I think is
So the EU
important...
wants to ban kettles. Is that a lie?
No, it's not. The EU had particular rules which related, in their view, to energy policy, which meant that there were particular types of electrical device that they wanted to ban, as they have banned particular types of light bulbs in the past.
They were talking about energy efficiency. They didn't want to ban kettles.
Yes,
so
that means that there was... No, it's not. It means that there were certain kettles that you could no longer manufacture. You use the L word. That's a very powerful word. What you're attempting to do is to make a polemical case
against... we're just asking for the truth in this election.
No, you're making a polemical case for a particular viewpoint.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you for the truth. Do you believe in the truth in an election campaign, Mr. Gove? Do you believe in telling the truth?
Because you have a particular outlook, because you...
I don't have a particular outlook. This is scrutiny, Mr. Gove. Tell me this then. 40 new hospitals. Is that true or false? Mr. Boris Johnson says 40 new hospitals. That's
yes,
true.
It is. But I think a critical thing...
You think it's true?
I think a critical thing, Kieran, is that if you want to have a
proper
conversation...
No,
there'll be 40. If you want to have a proper conversation, then we can have a proper conversation. But, of course, what you want to do is to mount a polemical case, and of course that's perfectly legitimate.
This is called scrutiny, Mr. Gove. We're just asking you simple questions about what is true or not, so the voters can make up their minds.
It's a polemical...
Tell me this then. You did
it's
say...
It's a polemical argument, Kieran. No.
Do you want to talk about Brexit or not?
I do, but one of the things is that you're using this interview as an opportunity, and I completely understand it, to mount an argument. Now, there's a perfectly
asking you for the truth.
There is a perfectly respectable type of journalism in which you mount an argument, you use rhetoric, you interrupt,
what rhetoric, Mr.
you
Gove?
have a series of propositions which you believe in. That's perfectly fair journalism. What it's not is objective. What it's not is...
It's not objective to ask you if you're going to build 40 hospitals or 6.
No, because what you've done...
How is that not objective?
...is that you have an argument that you want to prosecute.
It's not. I'm asking you, are there going to be 40 hospitals or 6? What can be more objective than that?
Well, I've explained earlier 40, but the whole line that we're only going to build 6, of course, is a Labour line. It's one of the Labour lines that was repeated by Jeremy Corbyn last night. You're repeating it now. Again,
the BBC concluded the same thing,
perfectly
Mr. Gove,
legitimate
and all
polemical journalism, Kieran.
Conclude the same thing.
Well, one of the things
Are they all polemics as well?
One of the things about fact-checking is that it's important that we do have independent corroboration. That's what we did last night.
That wasn't independent.
Jeremy
that was
Corbyn's. Yes, but it was based on objective criteria, and objective criteria are important in elections, as is the expression of opinion. And you want to express a particular opinion, and I'm fine with that. But I think it's only fair that Channel 4 viewers recognise that what you're doing is putting forward a particular point of view in order to create a particular argument. And again, that's fine. People will know that you're
Mr. Gove,
arguing.
I'm sure people will be very confused about what you're talking about because you're asking for simple facts, simple truth.
No. I think people will
Let's
know.
talk about Brexit and
I
getting
think
Brexit
people will
done,
know.
because that's what you're here to say.
I
You're
think
talking about getting Brexit
I think
done.
I think people will know exactly what you're doing, which is fine, which is mounting a rigorous left-wing case for a particular political point of view, and that is fine. People know that. They know that's what you and Channel 4 News do, and then it's only fair that people can make a judgment about
very
that.
serious allegations here, and I think that they wouldn't stand up to objective scrutiny, to be quite honest with you. But let me ask you this about getting Brexit
Well, I think the
done,
public know.
because people, you want to talk about getting Brexit done.
Yes.
You said that the transition period could not be extended. Now, is that true or false? Because
It
people
won't be
deserve to know
extended.
before an election, don't they? It won't be extended,
Yes.
but it could be extended.
Well, if you had, for the sake of argument, a Labour government, if you had Jeremy Corbyn, then what we would have would be not just months but years of uncertainty. He would extend the transition period. He would extend our membership of the European Union so that we could have a second referendum on our membership of the EU, then another referendum indeed on Scotland's place in the United Kingdom. And during that period of paralysing uncertainty, our fate would not be clear. But if we have a majority Conservative government with a working majority, we can get Parliament working again, and as a result of that, we will be able to make sure that we can move on to the people's priorities. We can invest in those 40 hospitals. We can get 20,000 police officers on our streets. And we can also make sure that Scotland's position in the Union is cemented. And our announcement today, which I know that you will cover fairly, of additional investment in agriculture and in the environment for the lifetime of the whole Parliament will be underpinned. Scotland's stronger in the United Kingdom, and Boris Johnson as our Prime Minister delivering for everyone within the UK.
So we have your word that it won't be extended, not that it couldn't be extended. And of course, your word was also that Boris Johnson was not fit to be Prime Minister. Then you served under Boris Johnson. Your word was that we didn't vote to leave the EU with no deal. Then you became the Minister for No Deal. Can people trust your word in this election, Mr. Gove?
Well, that was a good speech, and I'm sure it would go down well on any election platform.
These are things that you have said, are they not?
Well, there are things that...
I'm quoting your own words at you.
No, you're not. You're making a polemical
No, I'm
argument,
not.
which you're very
I'm
good at.
quoting your own words. You said
And
we
I
will
think,
leave
I
the
think,
EU
I
with
think,
no deal. Then you
as someone
became
who
Minister
was a
for no
journalist
deal.
in the past and wrote polemics and then became a politician, then of course you're well on the way
What
to
are we
going down
supposed
that
to do?
route.
What are we supposed to do, Mr. Gove, except for trying to hold you to account
Yes,
based on the statements that you've made with your own mouth?
yes. Well, I'm always happy to answer any particular questions. I'm also always happy to admire a very good speech such as the one that you gave. So I don't know quite what your question was, but I enjoyed the speech. So what was the question?
The question was, if you want to have one last go, can we take your word in this election that you will deliver what you say you will?
Oh yes, absolutely. Just look at our record in government. When I was Education Secretary, I said that we would transform education. 1.9 million more children in good and outstanding schools as a result of that. Here in Scotland, the education system has gone backwards. We have delivered for the NHS. We've protected spending in real terms. Here in Scotland, we have the Sick Kids Hospital in Edinburgh, which hasn't opened. We have the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Glasgow, which is at the centre of scandal. It's also the case that we've delivered lower taxes all the time that we've been in government. Here in Scotland, the SNP government have increased taxes, including on our brave servicemen and women. It's only been a Conservative government that's been able to insulate those servicemen and women from the consequences of that tax increase. And of course, we have delivered a good deal. There were all sorts of people who thought, well, actually, Boris is not going to be able to get a deal. I'm sure that there were some folk who were cynical and some who were certainly sceptical.
You were one of them, weren't you, Mr. Gove?
But we've got a good deal. No, I always knew that we would be able to get a deal, and it was by preparing for no deal that we secured it.
You were a big fan of the backstop before you wanted to scrap it.
And now that we have this good deal, we will be able to leave the European Union on January the 31st if we get a working majority, and I'm sure we will.
Thank you.